So, Paula, what did you do in Brazil? What did you study, and what was your professional experience? So, feels like a job interview now, hey? So, I have a diploma in early childhood and primary school. I hold a Bachelor of Education, a postgrad in ecology, arts, and sustainability, and master's degree in education, arts, and history of culture. So when I was a teenager, I was fascinated about living overseas. So I was working as an early childhood teacher and saving all the money I could. And I was just annoying my whole family about this opportunity of going overseas. So when I was in my last year of uni, I took a break and came to Australia, to Sydney, to study English for 5 weeks or so. Went back to Brazil and finished university. As soon as I finished uni, I quit my job and enrolled in a program to be an au pair in the US. So I went to a family who had a baby, a 7-month-old baby, and stayed with them for a year. And of course, I chose a family with a baby because I was so unsure of my English. I was studying English in Brazil for many years, but I didn't feel secure enough to work with older children, which now I have a different perspective of that. Anyway, so the baby and I were learning a language together. In the US, I started practicing yoga. So I was fascinated about the number of yoga schools, and to my surprise, it made a massive change. It was a life. My life changed during that year. I went back to Brazil and enrolled in a yoga teacher training course, opened my yoga studio, and taught yoga for many, many years. For 3 years of my life, I also worked for the New Zealand consulate in São Paulo. The bureaucratic life didn't really appeal to me, but working with foreigners, learning a different culture, and having all the Maori culture so alive in my days was very important to me. So I had the chance also to practice some English. So it was really, really interesting in that sense. So basically, this is the professional experience I have. From my early days of working in a school and also working with yoga and at the New Zealand consulate, I was surrounded by women. Always women. So women are a big number in teaching, in practicing yoga, and also in CEOs nowadays. The number has been increasing. So these women would always come to me for deep talks, active listening, and some counseling in a way. So this change in my career life that's happening in the past year is just a natural change because I was always there for women. The only difference is that I started studying more psychology and how to observe the narrative and how to pay attention to some details and what kind of guidance, approach aligns more with me. So I'll get back to this topic in another video, and also we'll share with you in another video as well my experience in Australia, professional experience. So talk soon.